All right, welcome to Chapter 5 review. We are going to take a look at these questions. This is what it's going to look like when you do the review on your computer screen. So the first example, it says write a ratio. You're not going to be writing anything when you're taking the test, but I do want you to write it now. What it's doing is comparing the butterflies and the caterpillars, and you're going to see these two boxes here. The first one goes with the butterflies, the second goes with the caterpillars. So what I would like for you to do is write Chapter 5 review. Chapter 5 review. We are looking at rates and ratios. This is a ratio problem. And the first problem is you've got butterflies and you have caterpillars. And in the book, this is page 239, Miss Tracy, if you want that. Thank you. Okay, so I see 1, 2, 3 caterpillars, and I'm sorry, 3 butterflies and 2 caterpillars. So what I would do is I would say the ratio is a 3 to 2 ratio. which also could be written as 3 to 2 or 3 to 2, but this is the one that's going to be on the computer, and you're going to see this is going to be where you write the 3, that's going to be where you write the 2. So what that means is that for every 3 butterflies there are 2 caterpillars. So when you do this, you're going to see it'll be 3, 2, 3, 2. Does that make sense? This is what it looks like. That's the ratio. What that means is for every 3 butterflies there are 3 butterflies, there are 2 caterpillars. So far so good? All right. For number 2. For number 2, we are comparing saxophones and trumpets. Saxophones and trumpets. All right, so now this is going to be a little bit, there are 2 ways to do this, and I'm going to show you what. First of all, how many saxophones do you see in this picture? There are 6 saxophones. And how many trumpets? 3 trumpets. So this is really a 6 to 3 ratio, which is the same thing as, if you can simplify that, if you go have 6 to 3, it's the same thing as a 2 to 1. All right, so I will tell you that this is a better answer, but when you solve it, they want the 6 to 3. So they're just looking at the exact count. This is simplified. So in your notes, the ratio is a 6 to 3 ratio. And so your answers are going to be 6 and 3. But I will also tell you that this will simplify, and you have a 2 to 1 ratio. Okay, but remember in the book, or on the computer, it's going to say what is the ratio. You're going to put in there 6 to 3, and even the book answer key has a 2 to 1 ratio, but the computer says 6 to 3. So far so good? This is a fill in the blanks. So we're going to find the missing ratio, and then we're going to look at equivalent ratios. So this is what I would like for you to do is for number 3, I want you to write levers and pulleys. It is a 6 to 3 ratio. And what they've done is they've given you a fill in the blank 2:6 ratio, and then an 18 to fill in the blank ratio. And all of these are equal. the way they did it in the book, and on the computer I'll show you. They did a table where, you know, they filled in all the lines. I think the lines can get a little bit busy. This is what it's looking like. So if this is equal, what does that number need to be? So if I take this and multiply it by 2, I'm going to also have to multiply this by 2, and that gives you 12. And so I will show you also when you're clicking on this question, it'll say a 6:3 ratio. Okay, and then so that's the first one, and then the second one is a 12:6 ratio. So when you do these, you're going to say 6:3, and then that's the same thing as a 12:6, and that is the same thing as an 18 to something else. What is that something else going to be? 9? Okay. Yeah, so you can take that times 3, that times 3, that's going to give you a 9. So that's going to be a 18 to 9 ratio. So these are the numbers that you'll put along the bottom. These are the blanks that you're going to fill in. And then number 4 looks an awful lot like that one. That one is a cars and trucks. Cars and trucks. So the first one they give us, it's a 3:4 ratio. That is simplified. And now our fill in the blanks are 6 something else. I think you could probably see it right away. And then something to 24. Okay, so what is this one? What is it? 8. So we've doubled this one. So we're going to double that one. That one's going to give us an 8. And now we could do this a couple ways. We could do 8 times 3 and then 6 times 3. Or we could do 4 times 6 and 3 times 6. But either way, what are we going to get right here? 18? All right, so along the bottom, just like they did before, I'm going to write these ratios. That's a 3:4 ratio. And then and then that equals a 6:8 ratio. And that equals an 18 to 24 ratio. Are we good on 1 through 4? Okay. Number 5. Write a unit rate for this situation. So it's 12 stunts and 4 movies. Let me do that on a different page. Number 5. 12 stunts and 4 movies. So we're looking at a stunt person, and they want to know how much it is per one movie. That's going to be a unit rate. So what do we have to do to get from there to there? We're going to divide it by 4. And if we do that, what do we have to do here? Divide it by 4. If it's going to stay equal, we've got to divide it by the same thing. So there's going to be 3 stunts per movie. 3 stunts per movie. Is everybody good with 1 through 5? And, okay. If not, you can come up and borrow this, but I definitely need that back. Number 6. Same thing, we want a unit rate. This one is a unit rate for 3,600 stitches in 3 minutes. I'm guessing that's with a sewing machine, not with a needle that you're holding. That would be a really fast sewing. Okay, so let's start. We got 3,600 stitches. S-T-I-T. Okay. That's the first mistake I've ever made in my life. S-T-I-T-C-H ES in 3 minutes. If there's 3,600 stitches, how many Lilos would there be? That would be, it would be the same. It would be 3,600. So now, 1 minute. So if I divide this by 3, divided by 3, I'm going to have to divide this by 3, divided by 3. It's still going to end with 0, 0. 36 divided by 3 is 12. It's a lot of Lilos and a lot of stitches. Number 7. All right. Oh, this one is a different one. Let me show you this one. This one they're asking for. It says a song has 24 beats in 4 seconds. How many are there in 30 seconds? So let's look at this one. It says 28 beats in 4 seconds. And we want to know how much that's going to be in 30 seconds. But we can't just multiply and make something nice and easy. So I feel like we need to turn that into a unit rate somehow. So what would that, how many beats would be in 1 second? Divided by 4, 28 divided by 4 is what? 7. So this is our unit rate. But we're going to have to multiply that by 30 times 30 times 30. And that's going to give us 210. Okay, so Anna make 7 beats a second, and then Carly, you count them and make sure it equals 210. Okay, you've got 7 seconds. Go. I'm just kidding. I hear some drummers that I did not call on. Okay, number 8. A 5-ounce can of tuna costs 90 cents. A 12-ounce can costs $2.40. Which is the better buy? Who knows? Who knows? Mom and Dad buy that stuff. I don't mind. Okay, so 5-ounce is 90 cents. We're going to put that into a... wait, Mr. Miller. Look what I did. Well, so this is what I did. I saw the ounces first and then the cents. I'm going to actually switch that around and put the ounces, the dollars on top. So instead of 5 ounces, I'm going to say 90 cents for 5 ounces. And then I'm going to say $2.40 for 12 ounces. And I'm going to put these both in unit rate. And I'm going to go ahead and give you, well, we don't really need a calculator for that, do we? What's 90 divided by 5? Correct, 18. Good job. And then what is 240 divided by 12? What is it? 20? So which one is the better buy? Which one do you get more, or which one would be cheaper? I guess would be. Yeah. So the 5-ounce can. 5-ounce can. Not a lot, but it's enough. Number 9. Okay, oh, these are good. Write the percent as a fraction or a mixed number. 12%. Write 12% as a fraction. Bless you. And that is, it says as a fraction or a mixed number, but we know this is not going to be a mixed number. So 12%. First thing we do is we turn this into a decimal. 0.12. I guess you could also put it as a fraction. You could put 12 over 100. Can that simplify? I can divide both of those by 4, actually. Yep. Yep. You are right. So that'd be 3 over 25. So 12% equals 0.12 equals 3 over 25. How many people remembered how to do that? Me. Yay, I'm so proud of you. Number 10, 88%, do the same thing. 88% as a fraction. Oh, what I didn't show you, or I didn't, the last one it says write as a fraction or a mixed number in simplest form. That's why and we're going to do the same thing. Write this percent as a fraction or a mixed number in simplest form. I think we're going to have to simplify this one too. Okay, we're going to go 0.88, which is 88/100ths. And I think, can I divide both those by 4? I can. Yep. 88 divided by 4 is 22. Is that right? I think that's beautiful. This is so beautiful. I'm going to go hang this up on my refrigerator at home and take down the pictures of my kids when they're little babies, and I'm going to put up a picture of my math problems because I'm more proud of my math problems than my children. Number 11. Well, yeah, my math problems are cuter than my children too. All right, so write this percent as a fraction in simplest form. So now listen, this is the same thing. Don't get confused. Don't think that that's 0.8. Actually, let me write this down. It's 0.8%. That's less than 1%. So the way we figure this out is we're going to divide it by 100. Now, I didn't really mention that, but if you look at these last two, I took 12 and I divided it by 100. I divided by 100 to get that 0.12. I took 88 and I divided that by 100 to get the 88. So divided by 100, 0.08. Oh my goodness. That's a teeny tiny number. So cute. Okay, so, wait, that's, .8. That should be 800th, shouldn't it? 0.8 over 100. I might have made the very first mistake I've ever made in my life, because that is 0.8 over 100, which is, oh, I skipped my step over there. But remember, when we have a decimal in the numerator, we're going to move that over. We don't want decimals. I'm going to multiply this by 10. Are you guys okay with me doing this? Did I blow anybody's brain up? I apologize if I did. That's a little bit smaller than 100th. It's actually 8/1000ths. 8/1000ths. Which, by the way, I can divide both of those by 8. And Miss Tracy, is that right? Okay. All right. Well, and that's why it's nice to just do this together. We can talk it through. Because you never know, I may make the first mistake I've ever made in my life. Someday I may make a mistake, and you guys could be there to see it. Do we remember how to turn a fraction into a percent? The first thing I would do is I would turn this into a decimal. So if you take 3 divided by 5, that should be 0.6.
Yes.
Okay, so 0.6 would be the same thing as 60 over 100, which would be 60%. So you could just do this, take that times 100, and that's going to give you your percent. All right, this is going so smoothly. It is taking forever. You know what? Sometimes things take a while. You know what? I can actually take this. I can take that times 4. It's another way that I could do this. Would give me 160, 172. $12, 160, 172. Is that right? Which would be 172%. That's actually the number we were looking for. One and 72 equals 172. Man, these are so easy. Why? I don't even think we need to practice these, Miss Tracy. We do. I'll bet the other classes are like, this is so easy. This is so easy. Okay, 101 and 21/50ths. They want you to write this as a percent. Well, it's going to be over 100% because 1 is, it's going to be, yeah, because it's going to, well, 1 is going to be, let's actually do this. I'm going to make this 1 and 42/100ths, which is 1.42, which is 142%. Yeah, that looks righter. That looks more righter-ish. The most righterist problem. No, it is not. Okay, so find the percent. 60% of 80 is. So when you take a, when you see the word of, think multiply. And I can't do it with a percent, but I can do it with a decimal. So 60% of 80 it's going to be 48, but 0.6 times 80 equals 48. I put what? All right. 80 times 0.6 would be 0.48. Move the decimal point one place. Are you happy now?
Yes.
OM goodness. Number 16. 80% of 55 is, so I'm going to take 0.8 times 55, and since you guys are all whiny, I'm going to take 55 times 0.8. 40, there's 44, move the decimal point one place, so it should be 44. Wait, is that right? Did I make the first mistake I've ever made? No, that's right. Yeah, that's right, 16. 80% of, we multiply 55 times 0.8, 40, 40 carry the 4, 44. That is the first mistake I've ever made, is thinking that I made a mistake. I should know better by now. All right, number 17. 150. Number 17. 150% of 48 is, I'm going to turn this into decimal. 1.5 times 48. Are you going to make me show my work?
Yes.
Do I ever make you guys show your work?
Yes, all the time. I got the answer.
24. All right.
Lie to make you look good.
Yes, I want you to lie and
No,
say,
you never do it.
oh, thank you for your nice lie. So this looks like, is my answer 720? Nope. I've got to move it one decimal point. So actually, 150%, that's 1.5 of these 48s, is 72. What? How did you get 130?
Maybe you've been teaching us wrong.
No. No.
I think Bryce needs
Never, ever, ever. 70% of what number is 35?
You need a weight.
Let's see, 70% of what number is 35? I can't remember if because we didn't do percent proportion, did we, Miss Tracy? Did we do percent proportion? I don't think we did. But if we set it up like this, 70% is 7 over 100, and I can divide that by 2. So if I divide this by 2, yep. Well, look at us figuring out things and solving problems like all stars.
Because you taught us.
What? How dare I? It was just asking what is the number. Yeah. Yeah, normally it would. Yeah, so that's going to be our number is the actual answer. 140% of what number is 56? All right, so let's think about this. 140. 56. Trying to think of how I taught this without using the cross multiplying. Well, tell you what, I'm gonna show you the answer's 40, but I'm gonna show you. Oh, wait, yeah, I think it's right. If we take 56 times 100, I can't think right offhand how we solve these, so I'm gonna show you. Maybe I should get an answer key out someday.
You're right, though.
Is it 40? Okay. Alright, so yeah, so x is going to equal 40. 140% of 40 is 56. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go back and look at my notes because I don't think we did that. I don't think we set it up that way. But, I mean, you have the answer there. 20, let's see, I don't think we did that. I don't think we did 20, 21, or 22. So let's look at, I'm going to show these to you so that you have the answers because we did not do the conversions. Miss Tracy, 3 liters is how many quarts? It's like a little over 3. Okay, so guys, a quart is just a little bit bigger than a liter, and I'm going to go ahead and just tell you. Well, Miss Tracy told you. So the answer here is 3.16. So for number 21, when you get there, just type in 3.16. 21, 9.2 is how many? It's going to be a lot of centimeters, like 20. It's going to be between 20 and 30. What is it, Miss Tracy?
23.37.
So when you get to this one, write 23.37 for number 21. And then for 22, they're asking about quarts. Wait, pounds and kilograms. So for number 20, what are we going to get for number 20?
22.
Is it 22 even?
No. Sorry.
Oh, wait.
The number 22 is 6.75.
Oh, okay. 6.75 kilograms. Okay. Got it? Oh my goodness. That's the world's longest video.
Bye.
I think that video was 5 hours long.
22
All right.
is the number.
Everybody, you can come in and say hello.